Hey everyone, Zia here and welcome back to the channel. I have some absolutely insane and important updates for you today, okay? Let's jump right into it. Okay, friends, imagine this. Millions of you racing against the clock, fingers flying, trying to file your taxes. And then boom, the portal crashes. What in the world is going on? The deadline was September 15th, right friends? But suddenly, millions couldn't log in. And then, the CBDT made a move, extending the date by one single day. Look at this official announcement, confirming the new deadline right here on your screen. And this is where it gets crazy. Because get this, friends, the portal itself was in maintenance mode for hours on September 16th. The very day they extended it to, you can see the official maintenance window right here on the overlay. Was this a last-minute scramble or something else? But wait, there's more. Despite all the chaos, the Income Tax Department reported a record-breaking 7.3 crore ITRs filed. More than last year. Look at these staggering numbers right on your screen. The department even put out a guide on how to fix browser issues for those struggling. So, friends, was this a heroic last-minute save by the CBDT, or a scramble to fix issues that shouldn't have happened? What's your take on this? Drop your theories in the comments below, because this story is far from over. In other news, a surprising development has just come to our attention. A high-speed BMW crashes, leaving tragedy in its wake, but the shocking details emerging next. You won't believe it. Was this a horrific accident or something far more sinister? Delhi police have arrested Gaganpreet Kaur, the alleged driver of that BMW, after it fatally knocked down Senior Finance Ministry officer Navjot Singh. Look at this detail. She's now been remanded to judicial custody, as you can see right here. This is where it gets really dark. Navjot's wife, Sandeep, who was also injured, states she begged the BMW occupants for help to take her unconscious husband to a nearby hospital like AIIMS. But here's the wild part. Instead, they drove them 22 kilometers away. Just look at this map, showing the insane detour. Police investigation revealed Gaganpreet's defense. She was in panic with her 2 kids and maid in the car. She claimed she only knew the distant hospital because her children had been admitted there during COVID. But doesn't this explanation just leave you with more questions? As the text states, panic or negligence. The police continue their investigation into the full sequence of events and this alleged negligence in providing immediate medical aid. What would you have done in that terrifying moment? So what's the real story here? Drop your theories, this one needs answers. Alright, moving on to our next story. Okay, gold diggers, get ready for an insane ride. Gold prices just hit all-time highs, then took a breath. But here's the kicker. The US Federal Reserve is about to make a huge move this week. Is this the moment everything changes? Manav Modi from Motilal Oswal is telling us this week is all about the Fed. They're expected to cut rates, and when you look at the screen, you see the market has already priced in a 25 BPS cut. What does that mean for your gold? And the implications are just mind-blowing. This isn't just about rates. We're seeing weak US economic data, like those soft labor market indicators right there on screen, combined with rising geopolitical tensions. It's a perfect storm. But here's the wild part. While inflation data is mixed, there's political pressure. President Trump is reportedly trying to dismiss Fed Governor Lisa Cook. Look at this headline, Trump's legal resistance. This isn't just economics, it's a power play. So, with a 25 BPS cut highly likely and the Fed's guidance still uncertain, gold's stance is sideways to positive. The experts are watching Chair Powell's every word. But gold diggers, what's your take on this? Should you buy or should you sell? Okay, from the world of politics to the world of entertainment. Okay, Zoe Squad, buckle up. Peter Navarro just dropped a bombshell, accusing India of something absolutely wild. Are we witnessing a full-blown trade war meltdown, or is there a bigger play happening? Navarro, Trump's aide, went on CNBC and get this, it's absolutely mind-blowing. He claims India uses unfair trade profits to buy Russian oil, directly funding weapons. And look at this on-screen breakdown. He's pointing to very high tariffs and non-tariff barriers. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. because Commerce Secretary Lutnick piled on, saying India brags about 1.4 billion people, but won't buy American corn. He warned tariffs must come down. See the data right here on the screen. 50% TARIFFS, IMPOSED, talks DELAYD. This isn't just talk, this is a serious threat. The U.S. chief negotiator, Brendan Lynch, is heading to India right now for talks that were actually postponed due to those tariffs. And this is where it gets interesting. There have already been 5 rounds of talks, with the 6th delayed. Look at the overlay explaining Lynch's role. U.S. Trade Rep, BRNDAN Lynch arrives for talks. But wait, Trump himself softened his stance, calling Modi his very good friend, expecting a successful conclusion. Modi echoed the sentiment, calling the U.S. and India close friends and natural partners. So what's the real story here? Is this a genuine thaw, or just political maneuvering? And now for something on a lighter note. You heard that right? Kashmir just launched a shiny new Apple train, but at the exact same moment, chaos erupted. Is this a solution or a scandal brewing? Okay, get this. While officials hailed a new era with this parcel train, a massive crisis was unfolding. And the proof is right here. Look at this, 5,000 fruit-laden vehicles completely stuck. But here's the shocking twist. Fruit mandis across Kashmir went into a complete shutdown. Agriculture Minister Javed Dar called this situation alarming. You can see it on screen. Early varieties like Gala apples are already perishing. And what about that shiny new train? Its capacity is a mere 180 metric tons, a tiny fraction of what's needed. So what's the solution? The chief minister suggesting handing the highway to the army for quicker repairs. And the experts are completely split, with some politicians slamming the government, saying inaction is criminal, and accusing them of wandering aimlessly. From a celebrated new train to a full-blown political and agricultural crisis. This is a battle against the elements and against bureaucracy. So, what do you think is the real story here? Is this a genuine effort sabotaged by unforeseen events or something deeper at play? Okay, up next. You guys are not going to believe this. They just sealed a secret deal for your favorite app, and you won't believe the details. We're talking global power plays, whispers of data secrets, and the future of your feed. Is it a win or a massive cover-up? Okay, you are not going to believe what we uncovered. President Trump himself dropped a bombshell on his social media, announcing very well trade talks and hinting at a massive TikTok agreement. And the proof is right here. Look at the post right on screen. But here's the shocking twist. For years, the U.S. has raised serious national security concerns over TikTok's Chinese ownership. The fear? Beijing accessing your data? Look at this graphic here. The data flow risk is undeniable. And then it happened. U.S. officials, including Treasury Secretary Bessent, are now confirming a framework agreement has been reached in Madrid. They're pushing for U.S. investors to take control. And this is what nobody is telling you. It's a massive shift. But hold on, China hasn't confirmed any of this. Trump and Xi Jinping are slated to speak on Friday to finalize details. So what's the real story here? Will TikTok actually shift hands, or is this just another political move? And just when you thought the day couldn't get any stranger. Okay, Zoe Squad, get ready for a corporate showdown. A painting giant just got slammed by the Bombay High Court. Did they dodge an investigation, or is this just the beginning of their biggest legal challenge yet? It all started when rival Birla Opus dropped a bombshell on the antitrust regulator. They claimed Asian Paints was twisting arms, pressuring dealers, threatening incentives. And just look at this text overlay, Zoe Squad. Rivals bombshell, anti-competitive claims. The allegations are intense. But Asian Paints fired back, claiming this isn't new. They're saying they face these investigations every time a new player enters the market. As the text overlay highlights, it's APS defense, repeated targeting. But hold on, because it gets crazier. Because despite Asian Paint's plea for fairness, the Bombay High Court wasn't buying it. The court stated the petition was devoid of merits, confirming the CCI's jurisdiction. Look at the text right here. High Court, no merit to plea. The investigation is on. The stock market reacted immediately, with shares closing lower. And the fallout is going to be massive. So, Zoe Squad, is this a necessary step to ensure fair competition, or is it a giant unfairly targeted? What do you think happens next? Now, for a look at what's happening in the world of finance. Hold on, Zoe News. You are not going to believe the last-minute chaos that just hit millions of taxpayers. Was this a saving grace or a sign of bigger problems? Okay, Zoe News, get this. The Income Tax Department just shifted the ITR filing deadline again. The original July 31st date moved to September 15th, and now, look at this, it is September 16th. But here's the wild part. This is not just a friendly gesture. Over 7 crore returns were filed, but taxpayers were hitting a wall. Look at this. The department made the announcement minutes before the old deadline, citing system glitches. And the internet is going crazy. Users bombarded social media with complaints about the e-filing portal. The department even put the portal into maintenance mode on the 16th. They told users to clear their cache. Seriously. So, a one-day extension for millions of users facing technical meltdowns. Is this a minor hiccup or a sign that our digital tax infrastructure needs a major overhaul? What's your take on this? Alright, that's all for today. Don't forget to hit that button. It really helps the channel out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next Zoe News.